Hey everybody, it's Bobby, and I am here with Frankie doing a pop-up for you guys. We were actually supposed to do this at 1 o'clock, but we both got the time wrong on that. So we rescheduled. Um, for those who don't know Frankie, she is the owner of A Little Bit of Kindness. It is how would you describe A Little Bit of Kindness?
I would say a wellness center or a community of like-minded people where we have classes and events and do healing and readings and psychic fairs, just a little bit of everything to do in the wellness field. Um, and help encourage other people to grow and use their gifts. So,
Hi, Amanda. Amanda's here, Tropical Empress in Spirit.
hello.
She's a very dear soul. I was just talking about you yesterday, saying I haven't made it kept any of your shows lately. My husband's out of town, and I'm running myself ragged everywhere. She says, "Hi, beautiful Frankie,
Hello. Hello.
my little Jenny. How you doing?"
Your intro reminds me of Batman. I wanted to like go into the
I
Bat,
know
the Robert
the,
cave.
the Robert Cave, the Bobby Cave. I like beach music. I'm from California, and that sound is what I grew up with.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. I love it.
Hiya, Bobby and Frankie, says Jenny. Jenny's a sweetheart. Uh,
Hey, welcome, Jenny.
and Amanda up here is somebody who does amazing reads on her channel. Um, she goes the distance, like what we do for um, psychic fairs and events. She's doing that nonstop for hours. She's
Awesome.
pretty impressive.
Yeah. It's great to bring people together in the community. And every time we do something, I feel like we meet new people with new gifts. Uh,
Absolutely. Let me just say night night to this person. Put my phone on vibrate. There we go.
yes.
And so Christmas is a coming.
Yes. Are you ready?
Not in the least.
I just,
Normally I go all out and decorate the house, put the tree up, put my little hat.
uh-huh.
Oh no, it's not here. It's a message, Chris Butler. Okay.
Okay.
Um,
But you're
this
not.
year and last year I didn't decorate. My husband was out of town. I didn't feel the Christmas spirit. He's out of town this year, and I'm fighting to get into the Christmas spirit, the Yule holiday. Um,
Well, you're going
it's
to
a
come to
struggle.
our little get together. It's Joey's 50th birthday that day, and she's coming.
Oh, is it which day?
On the 21st, I gave you that little handout at the fair. So
Oh, that's right. That's right.
she just told me today it's her 50th birthday, and she couldn't think of a better place to come and celebrate it with her wife. So they're both going to be here. So I hope you'll stop
I
by.
didn't know that. I will be there. Of
Mhm.
course, I'll be there. Joey's my high priestess.
Yeah. I
And for those of you who haven't seen Joey on my channel, she's the one who's been doing breaking down the cards with me. We have one more video to go, which is the court cards, but because of my health and other things, we haven't been able to schedule anything properly. Um, yeah, what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, I this we're talking about Christmas. I just finished baking cookies to send to my daughter, and I went to the post office and shipped both of their packages out to them for their Christmas
Uh,
present.
I'm making muffins tonight. I
Oh,
but not for Christmas. They're Christmassy, but they're ultra muffins. I'm out of ultra muffins, so I got to make
okay.
more. Chocolate chip with
Mm.
cranberry in them.
Ooh, that sounds
So good.
delicious.
With a brown sugar crust on the top. They are so good, you guys. Um, I don't know if you saw Frankie, but I was on a panel the other night with Roots and Wade and in
Oh,
Canada, and
awesome.
she had a show on ethics.
Oh, that was
And
awesome. I have to watch that. Can
yeah, there well, it was in two parts, and both parts are really long. The first part had 10 people, the second part had 10 people.
okay.
Um, but I'm on the second part. It's the only one you really need to watch. Just kidding. Um, and we were able to get. Hi, Doreen. How you doing, my love? Doreen and I are going to go see Craven, the movie.
Oh,
Um, so there were a lot of different viewpoints and a lot of different things. Hi, Moira. How you doing? We've got uh, Doreen, Moira.
hello.
Um, how would you describe your viewpoint on tarot ethics?
So I learned ethics in a couple of my classes that I first started studying spiritualism, and one of them was in a healing and insight training in Lilydale, New York. It was a mediumship course, and it was energy healing, and it was a weekend long, and we spent a great part of that class on ethics. And the teacher gave a lot of great examples. Your words are powerful, and so yeah, I always try to spin things, and I noticed you said that last time we were together, in a healing way, like a way that people can learn from the lesson that spirit has from them, instead of giving them a dark forecast about things. Like I feel like we all have the ability to change our fate by our choices. Is that not true? So the way we present something to somebody is really important. And she kind of gave an example. She said that she had been doing a reading for someone, and the girl, she didn't see anything for the girl, but she didn't want to present that to her that way. So she asked Spirit for more information. Spirit showed her the situation. And the situation was basically, she's always on her phone walking down the street, and, obviously she probably got hit by a car. So instead, I'm getting goosebumps telling the story. Instead, the reader presented it to this way and said, "Hey, you're always on your phone walking down the street, and it's kind of irresponsible. And somebody could get hurt because you're not paying attention to what you're doing." And so she said, you should be really careful with your phone and how you walk down the street and what you're doing, because you don't want to hurt somebody else. And the lady came back to her next year for a reading. So had she presented that in a different way, she could have had a doomsday kind of response to that. And it's powerful
Yeah,
when somebody tells you something negative is going to happen. You might believe it and make it come true. So I think it's really important for ethics to present things in a way. And I always tell people, if you go to a reader who, tells you that you have a horrible curse on yourselves and you need to give them a couple thousand more dollars and buy a whole bunch of
I
crystals.
just dealt with a client that had a reader do that to them. I
Um,
literally just had somebody do that.
Run the other
Um,
way, because that is not ethical, and that's not something you should hear, at all
no.
from a true reader who has your best interest at heart. So yeah, so unfortunately, it's like it only takes that one person to spoil the apple cart. It's that those bad innuendos we get as readers, from people who are just trying to make money from people. So ethics is really important, and I think it's important to be respectful of other people and what you say, because words are powerful no matter what way you use words.
I
So
used an example in the show of a TikTok reader named Ashley Gillard.
okay.
And this woman was doing psychic investigations using tarot cards. Well, what she did was she involved herself in this case where four college kids were murdered. What she did is blamed one of the teachers who had never met the victims, had no connection with the victims whatsoever, but she created this story. And when I say she created a story, she created a story. She said her cards told her that the teacher was having a lesbian affair with one of the students. So she hired somebody to kill all of them to keep her secret. I mean, she just doubled down on everything. And when she went into court, because the woman sued her, um, she says, well, she can't sue me because I'm right. Spirit told me. So when I say we need to be careful with our words, I'm deadly serious. This woman is just evil. And she destroyed people's lives rather than say I was wrong or I made a mistake or it wasn't possible. And they proved this teacher had absolutely no connection whatsoever. But she said it's true because Spirit told me. So yes, I get a little preachy on this topic, but I take it incredibly serious. The whole point of doing what I do is to make people heal, to help them heal, not make them heal. Heal. Um, to, to provide healing in a safe space for them. And I make it a safe space by defending my space. So I do by um yeah, Jenny, it is awful. Um it was such a vicious story.
Well, you're
And
playing on people who are already vulnerable, and that's not right. It's not right, just in a general principle, to do
yeah, you
that.
guys
So,
want to check it out, look up Ash Leaky Yard. I'm
yeah.
serious. Have you ever had to face anything of a similar situation, Frankie?
Um, I think I don't like those questions when I was reading on one of the social platforms live the other day, and I swear I just started off by let's throw out some free readings, and everyone's question was about, am I getting divorced? Is this person cheating on me? And I don't really like
Yeah.
to, you know, there's so many variables to those situations, and I'm not here. I'm here to help you through a situation with guidance and love. So I can tell you maybe where you need to work on the situation, or if the person isn't necessarily being totally honest with you, and usually you already know the answer to that question. I'm more here to affirm what you already know and kind of guide you to make the right decisions, or what the decision is that's best for you. So those kind of things, are, you know, tricky questions to answer for people. You don't want to put I don't like yes or no necessarily. I will do them occasionally, but everything is up to fate, and we all have free will and free choice. So just because I tell you tomorrow you're going to wear a blue shirt, you might wake up and decide, I'm not wearing blue at all because Frankie said that.
Uh-oh.
So, um,
I'll be right
yeah,
back,
do
you
we live?
guys. I forgot something. Shoot.
That's okay. So,
Stall,
yeah.
Frankie.
So,
I
okay.
can hear you.
Yeah, so you just always want to be cautious with ethics and what people tell you. And remember, we all have free will to make our own choices based on what we feel is right. And most of the time,
Yeah, I'm.
most of us are pretty intuitive. You kind of already know the answer to your own question.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you agree with that, Robert? We're just more
I
confirming.
do.
So,
I don't ever like to give somebody. I tell them that unless things change, this is the way it's going, based
mhm.
on this reading. And I stress based on these cards. These cards are not a magic machine that is going to fix everything for you. Like I say, free will is involved. Um, I didn't put a hat on or anything. I was running late because I was on that phone call, and I was like, "Ah!" Okay,
Did you want to get a hat? You can get a hat if you want.
nah.
You don't have a Christmas
Everyone
hat?
here has seen my messy old hair. No, I should get one tonight. I got to go to the
Christmas
store.
hat. Yeah.
That's a good idea. I'll get one. Uh,
Maybe
oh,
some
what a
reindeer
very
antler.
good point. Moira says, especially important when you're reading in the public realm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Amanda made a good point. That's why I refuse to do third party political, legal, and health questions. See, there was a big discussion on third party last night. Should we do it? Shouldn't we do it? And a very good point was no matter what we try to avoid, we're gonna in some way get a little third party mixed up in our cake batter, right? So the what the way I described it was there's a difference between going to the beach and submerging yourself in the water. Um, I can show you that yes, there is third party involvement, but I'm not going to get wet to give you your answers. Okay? I'm not going to go that deep.
No, and that's another
Thank you.
ethical topic we talked about too, reading for somebody who wasn't there. And that was always a big, probably not. And I usually say not without permission from that person. And if you want to know if your daughter might marry this boyfriend she's seeing, I can kind of give you a general feel of what that relationship might be like. But it's
Yeah.
not really. I can't answer that question for your daughter. She's not here.
Yeah, I can tell you how it's going to affect you, but not your daughter.
Yeah. So
Uh, The first panel had some interesting different thoughts on third party readings. Yeah, Rochelle really nailed them when she said you're gonna read third party because it was a cool session. I watched it back twice. Um, let's see what we got. Let's see if anybody else joined us. We've got about 9 people watching us. So
Okay.
um, we're going to be doing readings today based on this. It's called a snowflake spread, you guys. 3 cards. So they symbolize what makes you unique, what challenges your individuality, mainly saying individuality for me, and how to celebrate yourself. I like it.
Sounds perfect for the
Why would
holiday.
huh? My husband sent me $22. I wonder why.
Is there something for $22 you wanted?
I don't know. He may need me to pick something up. Maybe his medications, but he's not going to need them. He's out of town for another month. All right.
Maybe.
So if you want a Christmas reading, you guys, please type in capitals hashtag ho ho ho.
I love it.
Oh, thank you, Amanda. That's very sweet of you. Um, Jenny, thank you for that.
I
So
thought we needed
hashtag ho ho
Christmas
ho.
music. Christmas music.
Yeah, we were talking about that. We should have put Christmas music on. Okay, star, star. Oh, I'd like to read for you, Megan, but it's supposed to be in all cap. I'm kidding. It doesn't matter if it's all cap. I saw the hashtag.
Technicality.
Technicality. Doreen, the words have to be run together. I'm sorry, no reading for you tonight. No, I'm kidding. You're on the list too, my love. So we've got Jenny, Joanne, Moira, Joe Megan, Doreen. Okay. And I know a lot of our other tribe will be joining us tonight. Well, this is what I'm like when I'm sober, Jenny.
Whole lot of
Yeah,
fun
I
there.
got you, Joe Megan. Okay, so I don't have a Christmas deck. So what I'm going to use today to start off with is the Tarot of Dreams.
Nice. I was wondering if they would make a Christmas deck. I was thinking
Oh
about the
yeah.
early. Do they? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had a Yule deck, but I didn't really vibe with it, so I gave it to one of my colleagues at work.
Okay.
Her daughters are like 6 and 8, and they're budding witches like their
Oh,
mother. So um,
perfect then.
they play the drums at our rituals. It's so cute.
Oh,
So I know she wanted it for them, so I gave it to her.
perfect.
It was too cheery for me anyway. I need something with a little dark vibe to it.
Oh,
The Yuletide Tarot, yeah? Yeah, I didn't like the court cards in the Yule deck either, Moira. That's exactly why I didn't like it. Yeah, a lot of the decks you see me open on my videos, um,
you
some
gift
of them
them.
I don't keep. I gift them. I
Yeah.
don't need to keep them.
No, I always buy them, and then a lot of them I don't like, and I do gift them to other people. It's always nice to get your first deck gifted too.
I mean, see a Crow's Intuition. She's going to be coming on my show too for the Fool's Journey
Welcome.
on Behind the Cards. We had something scheduled, but the hurricane kind of got in the way.
Oh no. Well, I hope they're okay.
Oh yeah, she's as good as can be expected for people that went through that. So the first one we're going to start off with today is Jenny. I'm going to take these in random order, you guys. I'm not really looking. I'm just picking. Okay. So, Jenny, let's do some cards for you. One, two, three. All right, my love. So the first thing I have for you is a card called the Palace of Wands. Now, the Palace of Wands denotes location. Okay, so this is where the royal court lives, specifically the Court of Wands. Okay, um, it's upside down. That tells me that, let's see, hold on. Okay, what makes you unique? The Palace of Wands. Your way of thinking, your way of handling the world makes you unique. Let me see if I can switch something on this banner real quick. No, if I can't. Oh, yes, I can. Hold on. Okay. Dun, dun. There. Now it's scrolling across the bottom, and I don't have to keep going like this over the words.
Okay. Well, I can't see that, but you
Um,
could tell me. So,
yeah. Oh, do you need a figure?
no, no, you're good. So you can read it.
Okay.
So,
Um, yeah. What makes you unique, like a snowflake? What
no.
challenges your individuality? What are the hassles to making you feel like your own sovereign citizen, your own state? And how to celebrate yourself. I think that one's pretty easy to understand. So, for Jenny, what makes you unique? You're capable of putting yourself in the right frame of mind when you need to. I'm seeing a need to. Okay, there needs to be a shift in your thinking. All right. I'm thinking that the passions that make you you, that you enjoy doing, you haven't spent a lot of time doing lately. And I think that's more your environment because of the Palace card. I think that is stopping you from exploring certain avenues of yourself. The next card that pops up, what challenges your individuality? We have the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands, although a card of making things happen swiftly, it's a card of Mercury, which is communication. So, being able to communicate exactly who you are to other people and how you think can be troubling sometimes when they really don't want to give you your propers. Okay. I'm saying that a lot of the time, how do I say this? You're not communicating properly. Um, I don't think that it's on you. I think it's on other people not being able to understand what you're saying, um, because it looks like you're communicating yourself, and it's a matter of them not taking the time to invest in your situation. And the last one is how to celebrate yourself. This card, the Hanged Man, is one of the sexiest cards in the deck because I have that tattoo on my back. I freaked out when I saw it. There's a tattoo on my back just like that. Um, this card is associated with Neptune and the letter Mem in Hebrew. It's all about water and finding a new way to look at things, finding a new way. It is a nice tat. Um, finding a new way to look at the world around you, finding a new way to communicate yourself. But what I'm seeing here is basically screw everybody else. All right. You do you, boo boo. And don't worry so much about how people are receiving you. Okay. Just get comfortable in your own skin. Okay. And that's what I got for you, Frankie.
All right. I agree with that last one. So, the first one, what makes you unique? You got my Oracle deck. I'm using the spellcasting Oracle deck. It's travel. And first thing Spirit showed me is look at how she's traveling in the boat with the moonlight. So not only travel in like the physical sense, but also like taking more time to. What makes you unique is I feel like you have dreams that you travel in your dreams to places, and astral projection came to mind, and spirit was repeating
Mm.
that in my head when I first pulled this. So do you have that happen to you? Do you have dreams that come true? Does this make you unique? Also, do you like to travel, and have you just not been doing enough of that, is what spirit's saying. So make sure that you're taking time to just really travel. I feel like your spirit just like it just like floats. It's so happy when you're traveling and doing things that are lighthearted, or even in that sense, spirit saying that things that are really true to yourself or your intuition or following. All of those things that bring you a lot of joy. So, make sure you're doing enough traveling because that's unique to you. And if it's the astral projection or you have dreams that come true, write this down because I think they're
It
really
says,
important.
yes, I do have dreams.
Okay. Because that right away, I looked at that and goes, well, it can't be travel, but look at that whole imagery in there. That's just amazing. Okay. What challenges your individuality? Okay. And I pulled from I'm using my Doreen Virtue Angel card deck. It's one of my favorites. You got Six of Earth. Okay. It's all about balance. So, finding that balance with things, finding that, it's home life, it's stability. Look at the two scales there in the fairies there. She's kind of balancing money and all of that. So is it the balance between, work and personal life and home life and career, balancing money? That challenges sometimes your individuality. You're always trying to make things balance, juggle them around, make them work. And sometimes I feel like that, going back to that first card, like you just don't have time to really focus on that spirituality because you're trying to balance all the mundane things that are in the world that you have to deal with.
Mundane.
How to
Mundane.
celebrate yourself. And Robert kind of nailed this one too. It was the page of water. So like page is about new beginnings and water. Like it's all about like a new beginning is Paige. So new beginning, a new relationship, a new way of feeling about things, new way about emotions. So make sure that you're taking that time to do those things, to celebrate yourself, to take time to really just enjoy things. And I feel like there could be a new relationship or person entering your life if you're not in one. But it's just a new way of feeling about everything, and be sure to celebrate that. Be sure to allow yourself to just enjoy things and feel that fresh sense of wonder, and just to feel like a new beginning with the beginning of the year, especially coming. It's all about embracing those emotions and new ways of feeling about all of that. So celebrate the new beginnings coming in January. And I'll leave you with that.
Awesome. Thank you, Frankie. And thank you for letting us read for you, Jen. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank
Appreciate you, my love. Appreciate you.
you.
Okay. Now I'm going to look to the side and hit this one. What do we got? Doreen. Okay. Doreen! Hi, my love. Doreen lives down the street from me.
Oh, nice.
And she is in my coven, and we are going to see Craven the Hunter with all that nice man flesh in it.
I've been posting the Australian firefighters Christmas Facebook.
I saw that. Oh my goodness
And
sakes.
now
I
every
was
day
like,
I'm getting a new one, and I'm like, oh, this is even better than the last one.
right?
That's so
Some of them I've gotten over the years. I'm like, really? You're gonna really? Whoever said you should do this calendar should have talked you out of it. All right, so Doreen. One, two, three. All right. Now, Doreen, my love. Um, the first card I drew for you, which is what makes you unique. I have a card called Aconite. Okay, and what it is, this symbolizes, it's like the death card. Okay, aconite is a poison that fell in the mouth of Cerberus or Cerberus, the guard dog of Hades, and where it hit the ground. aconite group, which is the herb sacred to the goddess Hecate, which is why I'm using this Hecatean deck for you. The fact that I grabbed it, I'm seeing some religious aspects that need attention, maybe some work on your spirituality that you haven't been able to do. I know you're recently in a new place. I know that now you'll be able to focus a little more. You'll have more freedom. What how does it say? What challenges your individuality? We have Asteria, the mother of Hecate, the star goddess, the goddess of prophecy and dreams. Okay. Um, what challenges your individuality is basically not being able to follow through on the dreams that you have at this time. I know that we all have plans and dreams that we want to accomplish on a certain schedule, but sometimes it just doesn't work like that, my girl. Um, don't get disheartened if things aren't flowing on your time schedule. Okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, what is this? She's been reading about aconite. Yeah, it's one of the herbs sacred to Hecate's garden. And the last one, how do you celebrate yourself? By remembering. Okay, the card I drew for you is called Enolia of the Crossroads. Okay, is an aspect of the goddess that points the way in the physical realm. Um, Choices is what you have before you. Now, Enolia is, see how she's facing in three different directions. Where the crossroads meet, where three crossroads meet, that's a space that's sacred to Hecate. What I'm feeling from this is that how to celebrate yourself by remembering that all of this is before you now. You have your own space. Um, it's time to make it your own. All right. Eh, Tell me when the party is, by the way, and I'll be there. Can I bring Frankie? Um, just remember that things aren't the way they were, but they aren't the way they're going to be yet. All right. So just stay with it, boo boo. Frankie, what you got, girl?
Okay, I'm gonna tap back in on some things you said because the dream card came up. So, what makes you unique? So, dreams. So, if you look at this card, I'm like looking through the window, like you're a big dreamer. And not only like is this dreams that maybe you have at night, but it's like you have all these dreams and wishes and things that you want to have come true and that you're really hopeful for. So, hold on to those dreams. And, like Robert said when he said that, like looking through the window tells me like they're not right here, that there's something that you're going to achieve, but it's just going to take a little bit of time. So keep, keep up with those dreams, keep hoping for them and wishing for them, and that they are eventually going to come to pass. It just isn't immediate, so be a little bit patient with yourself for that. Okay. And the other card you got is the moon is just crazy in dreams. In this is what challenges your individuality. This is the moon card. It's the psychic card, psychic intuition. Um, I feel like, are you a little bit unsure of sharing who you really are with everybody about your psychic abilities and your intuition? Because I feel like you do have it very strongly. And so does that challenge maybe a belief system that you grew up with, is what spirit's showing me, is maybe it isn't everything that you thought. So be true to who you are and believe that these messages and that spirit's coming to you as the moon with this intuition, and that maybe you didn't have all of these gifts before, but they are certainly developing. Or if you did, they are even developing more, and maybe downloads are coming to you and information's coming to you. And so appreciate that, because that makes you who you are. And I feel trepidation with maybe sharing that in the general public or with people you work with or in some way. So be true to who you are and know that those gifts are there for a reason. And how to celebrate yourself. So I pulled the Five of Earth. Okay. This is usually a card of like a little bit of a challenge with money or stability or home life. But I want you to not be so afraid. Like, there are other ways. If money is maybe a little challenging right now, and I know it's the holiday season, Do things that are free, like Google free things. Go out, meet with like your coven or your local groups, or there's so many free communities events that are going on to celebrate and have fun and do things. So don't let scarcity keep you from celebrating yourself and doing things that are enjoyable. And know that you don't have to have a lot of money to really enjoy yourself and celebrate the little things. So celebrate the little wins, because boy, do you have some big dreams, and boy, is spirit really giving you some insight and guide. Like they're downloading me now with that you have some really strong guides or people or messages that come to you, and trust that that is only going to grow as you tap into it more and express who you are. And I will leave you with that. Thank you.
On a personal note, Doreen, because I am your friend and I do know you in person, something that struck me before, which I've never mentioned, basically because I was never asked, so I don't read people when not asked. But since I'm reading you now, I'm going to throw it in. You gotta calm your tits, girl. You gotta stop being so stressed out about worrying about controlling the things around you. I know that you do this so that you're not taken by surprise. You need to lighten up a little bit. Okay. I want you to relax more. I want you to have fun. That's why I want us to go do things together. I want us to chill. We both need to chill. We've both been stressed out lately. I've been contacting a lot of my friends, making plans with them because everybody needs to just have a little chill time. All right. So I say that with love. All right. And
Yeah,
thank you for letting us read for you, Dory.
bring her with you to the party on the 21st. So
Yay!
she can meet some interesting friends and new friends.
You hear that, Doreen? We got a date, my love. Uh, Moira! Moira, Moira, Moira. Now, I'm going to do something different here for you, Moira. I'm going to use the Aconite card from the last spread, but first, I'm going to get Doreen's second cooties off of it. Okay, now, this is going to be your significator card during this spread. I don't do this on the other spreads, but you mentioned you've been studying Aconite. For it to come up right here has to mean something, right? So we're going to use that as the significator base. Do you want to go first, Frankie?
Again? Okay.
Yeah, you can. Go
So
ahead.
the first
Let's just
card
take
that
a
I
minute.
pulled is what makes you unique, and I love this card. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at love. Like, and when I pulled this card, like I just feel like you are such a loving, giving person. Like you just have a heart of gold. If you're not in the healthcare field, I would be totally surprised. Like you just care about people, and you feel really deeply for them, and I feel like that makes you unique and special. So keep up the love and don't let anybody take that away from you. It is just so strong. Look at that beautiful energy all around you and protection. So what challenges your individuality? I pulled release. Um so letting go of things that don't serve you, or that you don't need any longer, that don't work for you. And I feel like sometimes you hold on to those things even though you might know that. So I think just let go of those things that don't work for you, that you don't need to carry. Even though you have that big heart, they're going back to that big heart. You have that big heart, but you have to take care of yourself too. And sometimes you just have to let some of those things go. And self care, they're telling me self care, self care, self care for you. Okay. And how to celebrate yourself. I got the 7 of water. Again, it's letting go of those emotional, challenging situations and celebrating the good things. So with this big heart comes a lot of people throwing their concerns, their worries on you. I feel like you have a lot of family that depends on you, people that depend on you. They always come to you, and you feel very not obligated. That's maybe not the right word, but you feel responsible for them. And again, that's releasing the things that don't serve you, and help you moving forward to be the better you. But also, it doesn't help you to celebrate who you are. You feel weighed down by all of these things. And I feel like you need to let some of that responsibility go and have a good time, and realize that what do I always say? If you wouldn't let somebody treat a friend like you're letting everybody else treat you, is that really self love? So treat yourself like you would treat all these other people you care about. And if you are taking on too much, you have to let some of that go, because you're just as important, and you won't have all of that to give if you're run down and you're not enjoying yourself. So it's the holidays. Enjoy yourself. Um, Lighten up, like Robert said. You guys, we all need to go out and just lighten up and enjoy ourselves a little bit. So go do some fun things for the holiday, and don't worry about everybody else and all of your obligations. Once in a while, they'll still be there when you come back.
Yeah, both for good and bad. Those will be there for you to deal with if you so choose. But um, hey, what up, boo boo? I'm gonna have shirts made that say that. What up, boo boo? So the significator I used for you was the Aconite card, death, change. This whole spread that we're about to do, what I'm about to do for you, deals with new beginnings, the ending of old things, what makes you unique, um, the fact that you're capable of growth, the way you handle it. All right, you can't keep you down. It seems like you just pop back in. And I don't remember what your sign was, Moira. What was it? I'll give you a chance to respond on that. The reason I say growth is because the first card I drew for you, what makes you unique? You have the core Persephone card, the Queen of the Underworld. All right. She made something out of a very bad situation. It's a story of kidnapping, supposed rape. I don't know if it was, I wasn't there. But basically, she's Pisces, Capricorn. Okay. I She was able to become the queen of the underworld. All right. She leaned into it. What makes you unique? The fact that you are capable of growth out of difficult circumstances, difficult situations. You're able to rise above them and overcome them. Yes, it's difficult, but you do it. Do you know how many people don't have that ability or that gift? Um, do not take it for granted. Your resilience is amazing. So lean into that when necessary. The next one, what challenges your individuality? You're unwilling to cut things out of your life when you know you should. And I say that because the card is called Hecate's Deep Non. And what it is, it's a feast, a monthly feast that we do. Garlic, honey, egg. And I've never been sure what that is, if it's bread. I think it's bread. Because Hecate was a vegetarian. Did y'all know that?
Do you know?
No. She was a veggie. She's a veggie. Uh, you have Pisces, but you're very Capricorn. Okay. That Capricorn is associated with the devil card. It's being trapped by material things. It's an illusion. All right. You're perfectly capable of stepping away from difficult situationships. Situationships? I like that word. I'm going to use it. Hold on. Hello.
Hey,
Hi. I'm going to have to call you back. I'm on air.
you just got a push notification. Accept it.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
You're in demand.
Uh, I lost my husband.
Oh.
He sent me a push notification. I don't know what he's talking about.
Probably be at the top of the screen, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I think I did it. I didn't do it. All right. Yay. No, I sent his mom some money for a camera she helped me get.
Oh.
Um, so what challenges your individuality? The fact that you're not willing to sacrifice anything. You're a hoarder, and in a way of I like the situationships. Uh, you know some things are unhealthy for you, like the devil card represents being trapped by material matter, being trapped by things that we shouldn't be trapped by. Right? You need to start sacrificing certain things. You need to start cutting them out of your life. Things that do not serve you, the things that you can walk away from. Yes, there might be some noise as you walk out the door of things, but the goal here is your peace of mind, your healing. All right. So I cannot tell you it's a good thing to pick up everybody else's sticks, like in the Ten of Wands. It's good to be there for people. It's not good to overburden yourself to where it becomes detrimental to you. All right. And that is your challenge. I get that. I have that challenge too. I'm a fixer. I try to get involved in everything. How to celebrate yourself? Well, again, we have the dreams again.
Lots of
Asteria.
things.
Um, how to celebrate yourself? I'm getting two messages from here. Number one, your divine feminine self. Lean into it, explore it. All right. The other thing deals with mother child relationships. So, uh, what I want to say here is start preparing for the next generation. All right. Be able to provide answers. Um, I think your dreams are attainable. They truly are. You just need to remember that and start working on how to get them. Hey, Heather. How you do? Heather is another dear friend of mine, Frankie.
Hello, Heather.
Uh, Heather, the prompt for tonight is hashtag ho ho ho. Um, so yeah, what I'm saying in this spread for you, my dear, is in order to reach your dreams, you're gonna have to sacrifice some stuff in order to grow. Or in reverse, in order to grow, you're gonna need to sacrifice some stuff to achieve your dreams. All right. So thank you for letting me read for you, my dear.
Thank you.
Let's see, what have we got here? Round Moya. That means Jamaican! You got the lucky number, and then Joanna Miranda is after her.
So who's next?
Right now, Joe Megan B.
Okay.
I had such fun at the last psychic fair you organized, Frankie.
I'm glad. It was a nice. There was. I got acupuncture. I got the tuning fork healing. I got some really cool treatments. I had a good time. So, um, and there was lots of new people. So it was fun. I
If
know.
you're in Cochise County, Arizona, and you want to get some of the psychic fair vibes going on, uh,
Yeah,
let me know and I'll tell you when the next ones are.
perfect.
Thank you, Moira. We appreciate that.
I'm excited for your new space too, Robert. Did you share that with them?
Yeah, I did. I shared it the other night, but I'll share it again. I opened up an office space in it sounds funny, but in a farmer's market, but it's a permanent space. And I'm very excited to do it because I need an office to work out of. It's difficult for me sometimes because I do live one-on-one readings also, in addition to doing them over YouTube and on the phone. And to be honest, I don't always feel comfortable inviting people into my home that I haven't met yet. And I finally just said, Until I've read for you in public, I can't bring people in the house. That's a safety issue for me and my husband. So having an office space allows me to do that.
Perfect. And it's an indoor farmer's market, not outdoors. So you're
Yeah,
inside.
indoor. Got a lock on the door and everything.
Perfect. It's really
I'm
cute.
all kinds of fancy.
Yes, you are. Lots of windows. I loved it.
All right. Joe, Megan, B. What makes you unique? What challenges your individuality? Oh, and a jumper. How to celebrate yourself. Okay. So, what makes you unique? I drew the Hermit card for you, but I drew it in reverse. Okay, I love that Hermit card. What makes you unique? Your way of thinking, your your spirituality makes you unique, but it doesn't make you alone. Okay, there's a reason that people like us aren't all clumped together in one area, right? Number one, we would drive each other crazy. Uh, And number two, we're meant to be spread out throughout the world, bringing peace and healing. Hey, Ange, what up, girlfriend? I've been bragging about your show the other night. I absolutely loved it. Um, you're capable of pulling back when you have to. The difference is, I think sometimes you feel like you're forced to pull back. You're forced to relax. That I'm not comfortable reading um, because it's bullshit. You're always in control of how you view things, all right? If you need to pull back and somebody's like trying to keep you going, then you need to flex on them and say, look, I need my space. I need this. Okay. Um, what challenges your individuality? We have the Emperor. Now, this is all about structure, guidelines. It's all about having to color within the lines when you want to go all over the place. I can see that would be a challenge to your individuality and your spirituality. Um, the last card, how to celebrate yourself. I'm going to tell it in the funny way first, which I don't mean. This is a joke. It's time to start putting on your tight clothes and breaking into people's houses. No, don't do that. I love this card though. Look at that.
That's nice.
Okay, we have the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords, how am I reading this in this sense? How to celebrate yourself. You have your own set of unique skills. Okay, like this guy, his unique skill is burglary. That's okay. What I'm seeing from this is you have a way of uncovering what's hidden because this card is ruled by the moon. All right. It's about showing what's hidden. That's what you're capable of doing. I like it. I like it a lot. You need to lean into that more. All right. Um, I don't know if you read cards or what you do for work, um, but whatever it is that you do, you're good at uncovering what's hidden. Okay, maybe you're a detective. I don't know. Um, but I'm seeing you're not utilizing your full set of skills yet. With the Emperor and the Seven of Swords right next to each other, the Emperor is a Aries energy, aggressive. Okay, and the Seven of Swords. is the moon. Magic was hidden. So you've got, yeah, I can't go into it anymore. I think that pretty much sums it up. You've got your own set of unique skills and you need to make them work for you. So if you don't know what those set of skills are, I need you to sit down and make a list tonight on things that you're really, really good at, things that you're less good at, but you enjoy, and make about 3 or 4 lists and prioritize what's important to you, and then lean into the important ones. Okay. Thank you for letting us read for you today.
Okay. All right. So for me, it said, what makes you unique? And you got this beautiful new beginning card. So look at the sun's rising, the butterflies are there, it's transformation. It's like you're always like you wake up every day and you have a fresh perspective. You have an ability to transform, to be prepared for all the things that are thrown at you. So it's like it's a new day. You're able to start over again, to have these new beginnings. And that is really something special, to be able to look through everything with a fresh set of eyes when you get a little bit of rest. So I think that's really unique for you. And I love the butterflies there in the sunrise. What challenges your individuality? You've got 3 of fire, and I love this card. You see the dragon. Um, 3 is creativity. Fire is action. Like I feel like what challenges you is that you have so many creative ideas and things that you want to do, and you want to move ahead so fast with them, and you're ready to go. That sometimes that is a little bit challenging to you, because sometimes you can't do them all at once, or sometimes you can't pick, or maybe you're conforming to what you have to do traditionally. But that challenges your individuality, all this creativity and ideas. And again, what Robert said with writing things down, like you have so many ideas in your head and things you want to do, that definitely write these down, and think about them, because I feel like there's other opportunities for you, and things to look forward to. It's like those new beginnings. Like your mind is constantly spinning with new ideas all of the time, and you have so much creativity and fire. I love it. How to celebrate yourself. So you got ego. Okay. So ego is like a false sense of entrapment. It's almost like celebrate, don't feel limited. It's almost like you limit yourself. Like you have all these great ideas and you're excited and it's new beginnings, but then like that fear takes place, or you limit yourself. Celebrate your uniqueness and look for those ways that you can use that uniqueness to make money or to move ahead, because it's this false sense of entrapment that kind of holds you back from celebrating. And celebrate how unique and creative you are, and how you're able to look at everything from a fresh perspective all the time. That is really unique, and especially great for entrepreneurs or wanting to start a business idea, or creating things, or they're saying advertising, or even advertising at all, like something where you're using that creativity and that fresh perspective you bring to the table. So celebrate those great qualities that you bring to the table. And I will leave you with that. Thank you for letting us read for you.
Beautiful. Okay, we've only got one more person on. Um, Once again, if you would like a reading for tonight on what's scrolling at the bottom, what makes you unique, what changes or challenges your individuality, and how to accept yourself, um, or how to celebrate yourself, how to accept yourself.
That too, I guess.
Yeah, that
Celebrate and
too.
accept yourselves.
So we've got Joanne Miranda.
All right.
You're welcome, Joe. Yeah, Frankie, I thought of having an open house at the new place. Just,
Yeah,
for people to drop in and say, hi, how you doing? That's a good idea. I should do that.
yeah, you should. Or even if it's not during the holidays, do it right after the first of the year. Everyone's looking for things to do after the holidays are over and stuff. So, um,
Yeah. Okay, Joe.
it
Let's
could even be
see.
like pull a card for the new year. You could have everyone call in and just get a, little one card draw.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You want to go first, Lev?
Sure. All right. So, what makes you unique? And the card I pulled was spirit guides. So, do you have spirit guides that talk to you? I feel like spirit's telling me you have a loved one that you're really close to, and I'm getting goosebumps. So, someone in spirit that maybe passed, a grandmother, mother, grandmother sticking out, like an ancestor who is around you. And I feel like you sense when these presences are around you, and you're able to detect that. I don't know if even if you talk and communicate with spirits on a regular basis, that wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities, but your spirit guides are watching out for you. And I feel like there is someone in spirit who's really particularly around you and making sure that everything's good. So this connection for you is really good. And there, as I'm putting the card down, they're even saying that you may be able to help other people connect with who their spirit guides are. So I will leave that. And what challenges your individuality? And so you got the Ace of Earth. So it's a new beginning with stability, with home life, with the way things are. And look at how she's really focusing on that. So are you really focused on one thing that's there? And do you need to expand that at all? What does that look like for you? It's like you're looking in the mirror almost when I look at this image. And what is it that you see when you look in the mirror? And are you allowing the flow of abundance to come to you, the new creations of things? So sometimes I feel like you look in the mirror and I feel like you might feel limited to what could come or what might happen. But they're telling me like to trust and believe, like this is the beginning of abundance, of new beginnings with, stability, with home life, with finances. And how to celebrate yourself. So are you always just and fair? You got the justice here. So how do you celebrate yourself? I feel like, gosh, this card like feels like very like regimented, someone who has to follow a program. I don't know what your sign is, but sometimes it's being open to things aren't always necessarily black and white. And again, not being so judgmental of yourself and others in situations, and especially I feel like spirit's showing me that you can be very particular about like maybe being a little judgmental of family members or people who are close to you. And they're telling me that things are not always so black and white. And so to be more open and to celebrate the uniqueness in people and the uniqueness in yourself, and allow that abundance to flow. Because when you're open-minded and you're open to things coming your way, like that creates abundance of all kinds of things. And spirit wants you to celebrate that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll leave that with you.
Awesome. So I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say that you are a very angry person right now. A lot of unresolved issues. And when you said that your mother and sister passed away this year, it makes sense. And I'm so sorry that happened, um, Leo. She knew I was going to ask. Okay. Um, can you hear my puppies barking in the other room?
Oh, how cute.
Um, so the first thing, hold on a second, let me yell at them.
That's okay.
Okay. I'm like, "Ah!" um, so Joanne, um, what makes you unique? You stand up for yourself. You're not afraid to take anyone on. We have the battle card from the Urban Crow Oracle, one of my favorite decks. Um, the conflicts that are happening around you, though, that I feel like you're in the right. I don't think that this problem is yours, what I'm seeing. I think that everybody else thinks they know what's right for you right now. Everybody thinks they have the proper way for you to deal with what's happening. Everybody wants to give their opinion. Unfortunately, it's nothing that's jiving with you. All right. You need to find your own path through this darkness, my dear. And I understand the pain. Um, and I say about the people not being supportive in the way you need. They're willing to be supportive, but not the way you need because they don't understand it. Um, Okay. Did she stop? I don't know. Uh, oh, okay. So I'm on to something here. The what challenges your individuality? The community card. That's why I said what I said. Everybody wants to get involved in your life and feels that they know better. They've been there, done that. Well, they're not you. That's the missing piece of the equation. They're not fucking you. Excuse me. They're not you. Okay. The way they handle things, good for them. Great. But we're talking about you. All right. Their formulas may not work for you. So you need to find your own way through. And the only way through this is to go through it. Right. This is one of those things in life that you cannot sidestep. It's got to be faced and resolved. Okay. Um, well-meaning people around you, but they just don't get it. All right. Um, how to celebrate yourself. You drew the observation card. Okay, now he's looking at the little spider that's in the web and he's trying to figure out how to get the goodies, basically, is what it is. He's trying to figure out how to snatch that spider out of his home. So, in order to meet the goal, he's observing, he's watching. How to celebrate yourself, you need to find what lights your fire. And I don't think it's anything that you're dealing with right now. Okay. You need to go off the board. You need to discover yourself again. Pay attention to what makes you happy, what makes you smile. If you find yourself humming throughout the day, why are you humming? Think about what triggered it. Okay. Triggers can work in a good way too. I know they're called something else, glimmers, I think is what they're called.
Mhm.
Um, to me, there'll always be happy triggers. All right. You can call it a glimmer and cutesy name whatever you want, but it's a happy trigger. All right. I take back the power that the word trigger has in a negative sense. All right. You can be triggered in a happy way. You're moving through it all perspective. That's exactly right. Observe, my dear. All right. Observe what's happening around you. Don't start taking needless risks. Okay, yeah, Gerald calls it glimmers. That's why I remembered him saying it. Um, you need to be patient right now and just focus on yourself, not on other people around you, on how they're handling things. Because, honey, you're allowed right now to be selfish. All right, you lost your mom and your sister. All right, you're allowed to be selfish and say, that's not working for me. I appreciate your help. Mwah. Thank you, but I'll be over here. Um, learn your boundaries. Observe what lights your fire, my dear. Okay. That's pretty much all I have for you on that. Other than, again, I think you're an amazing person. I like the giggles you write when I see you in chat. Um, yeah, that's an awful thing. If I lost my sister, I think, and my sister and I only see each other once every few years and text maybe two, three times a year. But she is one of the closest people to me because she understands me inside and out. Um, you're welcome, Joanne.
You're welcome.
My sister, yeah, my sister's a nutburger too. So I love her.
His
Um,
family is that way, right? It's that love hate
every
relationship.
family's yeah, every family's that way.
But it would be devastating to lose two people,
So
especially this time of year. So my heart
we
goes out.
don't have anything else coming up right now. No more readings. I would like to ask you, Frankie, what have you got planned coming up in the near future?
Well, I'm gonna take a little relaxing couple weeks now with the holidays coming up, and then we can see maybe in January sometime if you want to do something again.
Yes, of
So
course I
after
do.
the new year is like gonna be here. We're already halfway through the month, right?
I know.
I know. I was
Am I
just
allowed to tell you about your daughter?
Oh yes, you can. So
Frankie's gonna have a baby.
I'm gonna have my first grandbaby, and none of the kids wanted to have kids, and I love kids. I'm a pediatric nurse, and I just love kids and animals. And so I was really sad for a while. And my son and his wife have been married 8 years with no success, and so I kind of stopped asking, just to be polite. And I got surprised when I went home a couple months ago, and I was just thrilled. Like, I'm so excited. It's going to be a little boy, and it's going to be in the spring. So
Did they use the phrase there? Now get off my back.
no, well, when they first told me, my response was, "Are you joking with me?" Because forever, when everyone would say, "I have something to tell you" or a surprise, and I'd be like, "You're pregnant," and they'd be like, "No, mom," and stop asking.
Stop asking.
So I finally, I used to be like, "Oh, these cute baby clothes and all this cute stuff," and they'd be like, "No, no." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna start traveling," and I'm just resonated to the fact that I'm not going to have any grandkids. I'm not an aunt. I'm not going to have grandkids. So I'm just going to start traveling and go somewhere warm, right? And lo and behold, look what happens. So
Right.
they always say when you least expect it, right? Those things happen.
My
So
niece had trouble getting pregnant too.
yeah,
For
sure.
years, she wanted a second child, and just no matter what she did, she couldn't do it. And she stopped trying, and she got pregnant. I told her if she used my advice, she'd probably be pregnant.
Yeah.
Do it the old-fashioned way, tequila. Um, every girl I ever went to high school with who had a baby in high school, it was
It
due to
was
tequila.
tequila. Well, yeah, I
Um,
think with my with my second one, it had been a while, and we had been married, and we tried for 2 years and didn't. And then I said, okay, I'm going to go open up a store and start a little business. And of course, then what happened? I got pregnant. So I think when you give up like worrying about it and trying, it just happens naturally. So,
we were gonna adopt, and we had a baby all set up, lined up. The mother wasn't able to take care of the children, so they gave up everybody. And there was a baby, and we were gonna bring the baby home, and then the family their family found out that two dudes were taking the baby, and this is, gosh, 24 years ago.
oh wow,
Um,
and they were against.
and they were against it. They said suddenly, "We want the baby," and we're like, "No, you didn't. You just don't want the
Yeah,
fruits to have it." But it
uh,
broke my heart.
but
So I decided to treat everybody else around me as my substitute kids. So,
yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm gonna start adopting some grandkids, and I did adopt Megan, the yoga teacher. I take her kids, and they spend the
yeah,
night sometimes, or I take them to the fair or something, just something fun. Um, because why not? I mean, I've worked with residential with kids who have no parents, and there's a lot of kids who need homes and would love to be shown some affection. So, or come from
absolutely.
a bad home life. And I'm working at the juvenile detention center now. And you see a lot of sad stories. So, anytime you can impart, that's why I picked the name A Little Bit of Kindness. Anytime you can show somebody a little bit of kindness, it really can make a huge difference in people's lives.
Kindness freaks some people out. Kindness really does freak a lot of people out. When you do something, the first thing they do is, "What's the ulterior motive? Why are you doing this? What?" And it's just annoying sometimes when you're trying to do a good deed for somebody. Like I gave a deck to this guy the other day. We did a psychic fair, and one of the gentlemen reading with us, I gave him a deck, because I saw he had the mate to it,
Mhm.
and I didn't vibe with it. So I was like, "Here, it doesn't do anything for me. You keep it." But I think it came off as he may have thought I was trying to come on to him or something. He wasn't used to that kind of reaction from people. And, our other colleagues are telling him, "No, we all do that for each other. We're welcoming into it." But
Yeah.
I think I came on too strong.
Um,
Um,
I think people are just suspicious. It's unfortunate in the world today.
yeah,
Yeah. No, I had
there's a lot of suspicion.
a lot of suspicions, and it's kind of sad that people feel that way. But I've been in line and paid for someone's groceries too ahead of me because they didn't have enough money, and I just felt compelled to do it. And the person standing in front of me would be like, why are you doing that?" And I'm like,
Mm.
"Why am I not doing? Like, I don't know. Like, I've spent foolish money on lots of things that over the years that." this is just a little bit of groceries. Maybe they needed it, maybe they don't, but who am I to judge? So, and if I can, why not? So, um, yeah. I mean, if you're in the position to spread a little kindness, I always do. And then I always tell the person, give back to somebody else when you feel like they need it, because,
That's the thing.
just reciprocate it when you can or if you can. So that's all.
I've bought coffee for people. I paid for soldiers' meals. Like, we try to do good deeds whenever we can because it always comes back to us in one way or another. That's not why we do it, but it is a perk that I've learned to enjoy. Um, and I really, is there anything else you wanted to go into? Oh, before we do, I do have a show coming up that I'm so looking forward to, and I'll be working on it for the rest of the night, you guys.
Oh no.
Uh, Tomorrow, Miss Sasha Graham herself, the Tarot Diva, will be on my channel. I still can't believe it.
Awesome.
You guys don't understand how long I've been a fan of Sasha Graham's. I knew her from her acting career before she was a deck creator. Um, and I was watching a show, I think it was Ginger's channel, Ginger Faith, and Ramon Moonscarab was on there. And I tuned in for Ginger and Ramon, but I'm looking at the screen, I'm like, is this Sasha Graham? Is that Sasha Graham? And I
Love it.
fanboyed out. And I was like, I'm gonna get her on my channel, but I've always been too scared to send the email. And one night I was like, Chris said to just do it, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And she responded. So we've got Friday the 13th.
I
Yes,
love it. Love
what
it.
better day? I'm so excited. We're gonna have her on the Fool's Journey. And for
Very.
those who don't know, Frankie was one of my first guests on the Fool's Journey.
Yeah.
Um,
That,
I wanted the people close to me on my show first. The first one was Gerald. Tomorrow, 6 o'clock Arizona time. I'm not sure what time zone you're in, but it'll be 6 o'clock Arizona time. You got to meet Sasha. Oh, well, Heather. Um, I'm going to send you a message later and tell you some good news. I don't want to announce it yet, but it was so cool, and you're going to love it. Ramon's going to shit all over himself when he finds out what it is. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for letting Frankie and I read for you. We really
yeah.
enjoy doing this. We love being able to spread love and kindness to you guys. Um, I say this a lot. You are all special to me, and I appreciate each and every one of you for the joy you bring into my life. Um, Frankie, is there anything you wanted to say before we go?
No, just thank you so much, Robert, for the privilege to be here. Thank you, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, whatever that looks like for you.
Absolutely. Happy holidays, everyone. Mwah.
Bye.